Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another video, and today I will already be checking out another new single from Face Yourself. They put out Face Yourself self-titled EP earlier this year. I just recently checked it out. I covered 2 songs off of it on a video on the channel. We did one on live stream and then the other one I just listened to on my own. One of my favorite EPs to come out of this year for sure. One of my favorite finds for this year. They have the best call outs. They have some of that aggression that I just cannot get enough of. So I'm very much looking forward to already seeing a new song from them. It's called Death Reflection. It is an original track. They also just put out a cover of Nemesis by Arch Enemy at the same time. So they are just putting out the music for us. Very thankful for that. I will link all of their social media as well as the music video I'll be using in the reaction portion of this in the description. Other than that, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. Riffs are phenomenal. Yeah. The throat clear?
Manipulé à ma guise. De mon âme détachée, j'observe mon corps enchaîné. Va faire chier quelqu'un d'autre. Tu vas arrêter de me casser les couilles. Putain, j'en ai marre. Lâchez-moi, putain.
Face Yourself, Death Reflection featuring Isaac Bilbrey. Let's discuss. This is another track from Face Yourself that will go onto the playlist for me, stay on a daily rotation for a while, and rotation overall for a long while. Everything that they do for me so far, of course, that's like 5 songs, but all 5 of the songs have really left an impression on me, whether it be the EP having moments like They Call It a Breakdown, or the Fuck Around and Find Out in that same song. That song is like one giant breakdown to end the EP as well. I loved that, but also there are just moments within there that are that heavy, or they just have an interesting approach to them that's maybe it's not heavy, it's just showing some form of identity, which is something I talk a lot about on the channel with this song. That little throat clear before the drop there, that was right in line with what I'm talking about for me. So it doesn't have to be like leading into a breakdown either. The beginning of, I can't even say the name of that song, you know which one I'm talking about, the closing track. I shouldn't even try because I'm gonna embarrass myself, but with that track, it's not just the ass beaterness of it, the Fuck Around and Find Out, but opening like with They Call It a Breakdown, it's just got a lot of character to it, and that's something that I really love, mixed in with how well done everything is. Seeing a vocal range this strong, whether it be the extreme lows or some of the flow, the stuff, hearing some of it in French as well, that I really like, even though I can't understand, don't speak French. I love when something like that is incorporated into a song for a band. So it makes you want to like look up what that means and kind of do anything that makes me want to do some sort of looking into something outside the song. I really tend to appreciate that because of just the person that I am outside of my YouTube channel and the way that I do things. I have an obsession with, I'm one of those people who's always looking stuff up to find out this, find out that. So when that translates to music, I think that's something that works really well for me, whether it be like trying to learn a part of a song in a different language, or some reference in something to an event that I didn't know about that I look into. That sort of stuff I really like. But talking about the song from like a sonic perspective, like more what we heard here, you're getting those lows, you're getting some like with that part that was in French, the flow there, you hear that in the EP as well. I think that's something that really adds to the range that we're talking about, because the lows, the more like demonic sounding, or the stuff that people are calling like goblin sounds. I don't have a lot of experience with what a goblin would sound like, so I feel a little bit weird throwing that one around, but you know what I'm referring to most likely with this. That style is in there, and then you just have some moments that have maybe like a mid-range, that all of it sounds polished. None of it sounds like it dips in the quality of what you're hearing. And instrumentally, like with the instrumentation of this track, I feel like they step it up and match that perfectly. Whether it be how I was talking about, the guitars sound phenomenal. Their placement in the mix is just perfect. Like some of the cleanness of those riffs, like there was obviously some stuff that brings that sort of intensity or that aggression that we get with the vocals, with the overall mood of the song, but there is some stuff that sounds really clean. You have a beautiful solo, which that is another point where, like, in the same way that I'm talking about things like the throat clear and little things that stand out, I feel like that solo and how it was delivered is also something that's really stand out. It just didn't feel like a solo that you can kind of, I guess the best way to explain this without me talking far too much is there are some songs I feel like if you were to cut the solos out of like, a few different songs and put them side by side, they would have a lot of similarities in certain places, maybe in the way it's composed, maybe in structure and stuff like that. But with this, it does not feel that way. And the way that it's feels very in the pocket with how the instrumentation from the rest of the band meets that. And so I guess just everything about this track. I'm very excited about this band. They are impressing me fully. I didn't know what to expect going into my first listen for them. I know Thomas through Sentinels, who are a band that I am constantly listening to. I love his work through that band, so of course I was excited to see this, but you obviously just don't know before you've listened to a band what they'll sound like. This has been the best possible outcome for me. They're becoming one of my favorite finds from this year, and they're already working on new music after we just got an EP. I think the EP came out in March, though I just listened to it in May. I was a little bit behind, as happens, as I'm sitting here right now with like 15 videos to film after this, behind on a lot of stuff. But as I said, this is a very exciting band, one I think as they continue putting out music, people continue talking about them, they're just going to gain so much traction, and I do see them becoming a large band in the scene. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Nothing I would want different from this. I'm loving this style, this sound. It's going to go on to repeat for me. I will link, like I said before, all of their social media, the music video I used in the reaction portion of this, any sort of merch, promotional stuff in the description. You can also find my link tree, which will have any link that you may need related to my YouTube channel. It's got the Patreon, which at the end of the month we'll have our monthly streams coming up. I'm doing 2 this month. One is like a, the year's going to be half over once June finishes. So we'll be checking in from releases for this year, and we'll be going over them, going over some list stuff, ranking things, and then we'll also do our monthly recap stream where there are requests available. We may watch some videos, stuff like that. So on Patreon, I offer that. I offer blocked content, like my sleep token video now. I do a lot of different stuff. I'm going to be updating it in July, offering more, but for right now, it's up to date in the tiers with what I do offer, playlists/mixtapes for tier 3, all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested in checking that out, that is there, as well as the invite for the Discord server where the community is based for my YouTube channel. We've got a lot of really wonderful music lovers in there, having both music related and unrelated to music conversations. And lastly, my Twitch is in there, which also looking at in terms of being on a solid weekly schedule, that should be starting up in mid-July. Also around the same time I'll be updating Patreon, but I will be going live in the meantime before then, getting ramped up to there. So they're a little bit different than my YouTube live streams, but if you're interested in seeing when I do go live, getting notified for that and stuff, the link to follow is in the description. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.